there, Meekachii here. Today we're going to be doing my July book haul, which are all the books I acquired in June. As you can tell, it was quite a few, and I also got 2 ebook arcs, e-arcs, whatever you want to call them. There's kind of a lot to go through, so I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. I know I get a little wordy sometimes. So just as a reminder, don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and don't forget to hit that little bell next to the subscribe button to notify you when we come out with new videos. First book I got this month is Lucky in Love by Casey West. This is an arc. Comes out July 25th, so it comes out this month. I have not read it yet, but I do plan on reading it this month. Basically, it's about a girl who is super driven and never does anything rash, and she goes and buys a lottery ticket and wins. And then she kind of doesn't know if she can trust anybody because, you know, she won a bunch of money, and she finds this guy who supposedly doesn't know that she's basically rich. Looks like a quick contemporary romance novel, which is sometimes a good thing. So this next book I am so crazy excited for. Like, I asked for this book and I did not think I was going to get it, and I was like jumping up and down and super excited when it came in the mail, and I can't wait to read it. And that is God's Grave by Jay Kristoff, which is the sequel to Nevernight. If you saw my wrap-up video, I did read Nevernight last month and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I don't want to know anything about this book. I did not look up anything. I just know that I love Nevernight and I can't wait to read this. This one comes out September 5th. And I will let you guys know what I think once I read it, which I'm so excited. So this next book I also requested, I didn't think I would get because it's been getting a lot of hype online right now. Like, this book doesn't come out until February, I believe. I'll just tell you what it is. Ow. It's The Bells by Danielle Clayton. And I've heard so many good things about this book already, even though it doesn't come out until February 18th, it looks like. So I'm not going to read it right away because I have other stuff coming out before that I want to get to, but I don't know, like the synopsis didn't really draw me in, but because it's getting such rave reviews, I feel like I want to read it and I need to know what this is about because it is getting such rave reviews. So basically, from what I gather, they're in New Orleans and the most coveted position in the city is to be a belle. And in order to do so, it seems like they have to go through some sort of trial or whatever in the castle palace, and the main character goes there and finds out that her world isn't anywhere near what she thought it was. That's really all I got from it. Like I said, the synopsis didn't really grab me, so I was really hesitant, but now I wonder if my standards are like too high for it because people have been raving about it. But we will see soon. Also, let me know if you've read that and if the hype is worth it. Then I got The Gold Sun by Carrie Ann Noble. I had this in my TBR list, or I have it in my TBR list. I did start reading it. I'm about 40 pages in. This bookmark's not right, but I'm about 40 pages in, and basically it is about, so far it's about a 16-year-old who loves to make shoes, and he has this like super strong pull to steal stuff, and there's like, I don't want to give too much away because I'm really loving the way it's written so far, but there's another character named Eve that comes in, and she's basically like what I'm gathering the bad guy's niece, and she doesn't talk, and they kind of bond and create a friendship, and I don't want to give anything else away. It's really, I'm super shocked by how much I'm loving this book. Going into it, I didn't really think I'd be all that into it, but it seems like it's written like an old school fairy tale, but very modern, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I'm drawn into this world, and it feels very like old school, mythical, fairy tale-esque, but it's written in such a way that like I don't feel like it's hard to understand, and like it's full of like puzzles and riddles and trying to figure everything out. Like, I don't know, it's written very modern, but it is like that old school feel, which is like a big reason why I'm really, really into this, and the story is really cool so far. So I would definitely check it out. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna end, but so far I'm really liking it. Then I picked up Mask of Shadows. This is also an ARC copy. This one comes out September, this just says September 2017. Last time I looked it up, I think it was the 5th. But this book, when I first requested it, it had really good reviews, and now it's kind of mixed. Like, I've recently looked at the reviews on Goodreads, and it's kind of like some people love it, some people hate it. From what I gather, it is a gender fluid character that learns that there's going to be a competition to become like a queen's assassin, and the book is basically about that competition to become the queen's assassin. But yeah, I don't know, it sounded pretty neat. And even though like there's a lot of competition books out there, but I guess I'll see if it's worth it. And I guess it's going to be a duology, which is always cool because sometimes when there's too many books in a series, it's like, ugh. But I don't know. I'm really into the whole duology thing lately. It seems like publishers are doing it more and more, or authors are doing it more and more, and I'm liking it. Then I got Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore. This was another one that I requested because it's been super hyped up online, and I'm really shocked that I got it. Like, I did not think I was going to get it because apparently a lot of people are trying to get it, and it's been really hard. But from what I understand, wait, first it comes out, this says September 2017. When I looked online, it said October, but I don't know. I'm not 100% when it comes out, but from what I gather, it's about these women that have tended to this garden for a long time, and this garden draws in people and is really wondrous, and they are kind of cursed though, because every time they fall in love, their lovers basically disappear. But instead of disappearing, one day a guy ends up showing up in their gardens, and he doesn't know who he is or how he got there. And I don't know, like, it just sounded different to me and really cool. And like I said, it's been getting some pretty good hype online, so I definitely want to check this one out soon. Up next is another really exciting one that I got because I requested it. I didn't think I was going to get it. It seemed to happen a lot this month. I got really lucky with my arcs. But it is Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashardust. I really did not know anything when I requested this. I just heard that it had some Frozen elements in it, and I was like, sold. I'm a super big Frozen fan, so anything Frozen I'm probably gonna love. That being said, I've been recommended this book by a couple people already, and I've seen some really good reviews on it. So I'm super excited that I was able to get this when I did, because I hear that it's kind of getting hard to get now. So from what I gather, it's a story about two stepsisters, one where her heart was replaced with glass, the other that was created out of snow. One of them, I guess, is given a territory in their kingdom to kind of rule over, and the other one gets like spiteful. So then there's like this tension, and I don't know what else, maybe a battle or war, or who knows, I don't know, I haven't read it. But if you have read it, let me know what you think. Like I said, I have been recommended it a couple times, and people seem to really like it. Then I picked up the ebook copy of Coming Up for Air by Miranda Kennelly. I'm gonna stick with that one. It is out now if you want to pick it up too. It's about a girl who has dedicated her entire life to train for the Olympic tryouts, and she really hasn't had much drive for anything except that, and has realized basically last second that her whole life has so far whizzed by her, and she hasn't experienced any of the high school experiences that she wanted to, so she tries to like cram everything together all at once. Seems like a really cute, fluffy, contemporary read, and that is on my July TBR list, so I will let you know what I think once I read it. And then picked up a book that's stuck to all my other books, This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I did finish this book and have it in my June wrap-up video if you want to know what I thought about it. I plan on doing a separate review video for this as well. But basically it's about this city that's overcome with monsters, 3 different types of monsters, and it's kind of ruled by 2 different families who promise security in that city in different ways. That's about as best as I can sum it up without giving too much away. So yeah. I managed to get an e-arc copy of Retribution Rails by Aaron Bowman, which is the sequel to Vengeance Road. It's not really a sequel, I hear it's like a companion novel, so it's got its own set of characters and story, but there are some cameos of these characters in that book, I hear. I don't know, I really enjoyed this book. I did have it in my June wrap-up, but I was so excited when I got approved for that ER copy because I can't wait to read the next one. The next book I got is The Sandcastle Empire, which I got in my June Owl Crate. What was it called? Coming Out Alive? No. Make It Out Alive? Something like that. There's a war that happens and basically the world is just like completely thrown and like nothing is the way it used to be, and this main character gets kind of captured by these bad guys, but she secretly knows the coordinates to a sanctuary of sorts, and the story is about her kind of escaping that group of bad guys and going to that sanctuary. From what I understand, I didn't really want to know much because it did actually seem really cool, and sometimes I'm just in the mood for like a good like post-apocalyptic type story. Oh, it's by Kayla Olson. Sorry. Then I got approved for an ER copy of The Waking Land by Callie Bates. It did already come out though. It came out at the end of last month. I hear mixed things about it. Let me know if you've read it. I want to know what you think. But I tried to go over this synopsis in my wrap-up TBR video because I do plan on picking that up really soon, and I just butchered it. Like, I don't know how to explain this book. The synopsis seems so dense. From what I gather, it is a girl the king dies. I don't know if... So from what I gather, it is about a girl who was raised by this king and he dies, but then she gets not convicted. She gets blamed for his murder and she flees back to her homeland, but she's not really accepted there either. That is all I'm going to try to explain because there's way more to it, and I just don't think I'm going to understand it until I really get into that story and just get into the story. Then the second book that came in the Owl Crate box this month was New World Rising by Jennifer Wilson. Basically, all I know is this girl witnesses her parents dying at a really young age, and then her mother tells her to like be strong and survive, so she's going to make that like her life mission. And she's trying to, you know, survive in this crazy world, and that's all I really know. It seemed really cool as well. I didn't want to like read too much into the synopsis, but I'm pretty excited about these two kind of like post-apocalyptic novels because I think, you know, like I said, sometimes you're in the mood for it, and these both got rated pretty good. Then I got an ER copy of The Goblins... Then I got an ebook copy, ER copy of The Goblins of Bellwater by Molly Ringel. I haven't read it yet. It comes out in October. I was kind of upset because the premise seemed really cool, but then the ratings are kind of eh. But, you know, you can't always go by that because sometimes you love a book and people hate on it and whatever. So I guess I'll find out if I like it. From what I gather, it is about a little town called Bellwater, and goblins live in the surrounding forest. And one day, this girl in the town gets cursed by one of the goblins, and her sister is trying to figure out what happened to her sister. There's another guy, I guess, in the town that knows about the goblins and what's happening, and that's all I really know. It just seemed like a really cool story to me, and like something different that, you know, even though it's kind of described as a paranormal romance, you don't really see many goblin-type stories. So I'm going to pick it up soon, and I'll let you know. And finally, last but not least, I picked up The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I picked this one up when it came out last month. It came out at the end of June, and I had been looking forward to it for so long because I hear nothing but good things about it, that it's just this fun, adventurous story about a guy named Monty who is coming of age, essentially, and he's got all these responsibilities that are going to be bearing down on him, but kind of like as a last hurrah, he decides that he's going to take this trip of Europe, I think. Yes. He's going to take a tour of Europe, and his best friend and his sister are coming with him. And I hear that this story is just really fun and exciting because this guy, Monty, he's kind of like a bit of a flirt. He likes guys and girls, and he's very witty and funny and charming, and it just seems fun. And I can't wait to just pick it up because I've heard nothing bad about it. So that is it, guys. Thank you for sticking through it with me, and I did have a lot of like upcoming titles in here, so let me know down below if you guys are looking forward to any of these, if you've read any of them. Keep in touch with me. I do keep all of my books that I'm reading and have read and reviews and everything on Goodreads, so if you want to check the description down below for my Goodreads link, it's down there. Become friends with me, talk with me, we can be book friends. And yeah, don't forget to check out my wrap-up TBR video. I also just posted that one, so you can find out, you know, what I read last month, what I want to read this month. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. And don't forget, as well, there's a little bell next to the subscribe button that will let you know when I come out with new videos. That's all I got. So thank you again.